Okay, I'm starting to get really fucking fed up with myself now because I'm getting frustrated at this, I'll be honest. Literally half an hour ago, I was sat on that sofa right there and I was planning to go into my gratitude, my meditation, the things that I know I need to do. And instead, I fell into a doom scroll and just literally scrolled 10 reels. It really pisses me off because I know that sucks my willpower, my dopamine system. It's just playing on that. It's not giving me any actual value and it's just sucking my brain points for the day. I know that. I'm a smart guy. I know that that's not helping me. And yet I still fucking do it. It is time to change this. I will not be addicted to social media or my phone anymore. Refuse to do it anymore. I'm going to fucking fix it. And I'm going to use this series to show you how I'm going to do it. Over the next 2 months, I'm going to make a series of videos on YouTube documenting me breaking this dopamine addiction and also kind of documenting my self-improvement journey as well, because that's something that I'm really passionate about. It's something that I've done by accident in the past, and there's things like meditation, gratitude journaling that I've brought in simply because I kind of needed it at the time, but I didn't really know why I was doing it. But I want to make it into more of like a formal series and also push myself. I'm not happy with the fact that I've fallen into this addiction without trying, and it's starting to affect the relationships around me. It's starting to affect my family time. It's starting to affect my relationship. Like, it's not a habit that I want to be intertwined with my life. I don't want it to be a part of me. And so I want to document how I'm kind of breaking it, because I see so many guys, and as soon as I put it up on my Instagram story yesterday, I'm going to break my dopamine addiction. You know, I'm going to document the whole journey. I had so many people say, oh my God, I'm stuck in this same rut. I'm literally stuck to my phone. I can't even get off it. Like, I'm wasting my life on it and I can't help it. Like, there's so many guys struggling with this right now. And even if I can give you 1 or 2 tips from literally what I'm learning, because I'm struggling with this as well, and I'm really struggling with this. It's probably the biggest thing in my life that I am struggling with, and it's affecting my relationships. I've made some notes here. I'm not being inauthentic and like reading off a script, but I have made some notes on a notes page here of like how it's affecting my life. And one of the things that I put down is I've always said for the last 3 years when I've been coaching, because I'm an online coach for skinny guys. I help skinny guys build muscle, take responsibility over their lives, and kind of like find their direction again. But I've always said, oh, I have to be on social media. It's my job. When my screen time was like 5, 6, 7 hours. Was I really fucking working for 6 or 7 hours a day? Was I fuck? No, I wasn't. I was posting twice. Do you know how long posting takes? 20 seconds. You write the post up on your notes page, the photo comes across from Canva or whatever, but I was spending 7 hours on there. What the fuck was I doing? That's hours of my life that I've just has gone down the drain, and it makes me look back on and go, oh my God, imagine how well I could be doing. Imagine how good my life could be when, number one, I get those hours back and I get to put them into my relationships. I get to spend them with people I love. I get to actually not stress about this social media side of things. And secondly, I have more willpower left for the rest of the day because my dopamine isn't constantly getting sucked by these social media, by my phone pretty much. So I realized that this was an issue when, oh man, it's like, I know there's so many other guys out there that will relate to this exactly, but it's fucking hard to talk about because it's embarrassing. I'm a smart guy. I'm a disciplined guy. I didn't miss a gym session for 4 years, right? I am super disciplined. I wake up early. I work hard. I'm serious about my life. I'm not just like fucking wasting it, like jerking off all the time. But I've fallen into this trap where, like, for example, I was out on a date with Evie the other night, and my phone was in my pocket, and I've got this gorgeous girlfriend that is the love of my life across the table from me, right? And she's asking me about my day, and I'm there talking to her, going, and I'm kind of half there. The other half of me is thinking about my phone in my fucking pocket, wondering if my most recent Instagram video is blown up or not. How shit is that? I mean, in that moment, I'm searching for validation from random followers on Instagram. And I know some of you guys are amazing people, but I'm basing my worth, and I only care about what's going on my phone on an imaginary platform where the people aren't really real, right? Rather than talking to my gorgeous girlfriend that I'm going to spend the rest of my life with, who loves me, cares about me, and wants to talk to me. That's when I kind of realized, oh fuck, I have a problem. Because the next time we went out for a date night, I was like, I can't have that happen again. I left my phone at home. Right? I said, that's not even coming with me. Do you know what happened? I was a little bit more present, but I spent most of the time doing this. Tapping my fucking pockets, looking for it. Tapping my pockets. Oh, I wonder, can I sneak off to the toilet to check the insights? Oh, I haven't got it with me. Can I go to the toilet to just kind of pull my phone out, check the insights on this video, see how it's gone, see if it's beaten my new record for the most likes within the first hour? How fucked is that? And it's ruining my family time as well, right? Because yes, I have a job to do. Yes, I work on my phone. Yes, it's an amazing tool. But does it need to be there at mealtime when my family and my parents are... I'm not going to be spending a lot of time with over the next couple of years because me and Evie are moving to Dubai. This is our last few weeks with them. And I'm sat around a dining table with them, checking my phone under the table. Oh, what's going on with that? Oh, has anybody liked my video? What has happened? What has happened to me? I've had a couple of those moments recently and I'm just like disgusted. I'll be honest, I'm disgusted with myself. And it's a habit that I'm changing. I'm changing it. I want to change it ASAP. It's not something that I want. It's not part of the life that I want to live. And I know it's hard. I know social media is meant to be addictive. I know that my job is inherently addictive. And I know I'm putting myself in harm's way by having to post on that every single day. I don't care. I'm better than that. I'm fucking better than that. I started my Instagram account initially to help skinny guys. That is the number one reason why I started on Instagram, why I started on social media, to post videos, to attract skinny guys that are just like me and help them out with my coaching. As soon as some of my videos started going viral, and by the way, I've had videos that have reached 8 million people, 5 million people, 2 million people. I've reached fucking so many people. And I've had videos that have got 40,000 saves. I've had one video got me 100,000 followers from one video in like 4 days. So the dopamine sensors on there are gone fucking crazy, right? But I forget when this happens, the real reason why I started this account. I started posting on social media. I started putting myself out there because I'm on a mission. I'm on a mission to help as many skinny guys as I can, right? Build muscle, build confidence, take back control of their lives. And it felt like as soon as these followers started following me, as soon as these views started going up, it felt like I was finally reaching these guys. And I was finally helping them out and I was finally getting more of them. Do you know what was actually happening? I was making addictive videos that was sucking the life out of my followers. And in turn, by getting that feedback that these videos are reaching more and more and more people, I was getting addicted to it myself. So not only was I suffering from making those videos, you were too. And I'm so sorry for that. I mean that. I'm so sorry that I've been making the shitty, dopamine-sucking, addicting videos that you watch for a minute and then you kind of scroll past it and go, fucking hell, where did that minute of my life go? Yes, there's useful tips in there. Yes, they're relevant. But is that really the kind of videos that's going to help you change your life? No. They're just prolonged videos trying to get you to stay until the end. And I won't make them anymore. I won't make them like that anymore. No way. I'm not doing that. They're not fully authentic to who I am. They're me playing a role that's trying to get me more followers, more views, trying to optimize to get more validation. Tell me I'm great. Please tell me I'm great. But not actually fucking helping anyone. And it wasn't actually bringing the people onto my account that are my true fans and the people that I can really help. And they're the ones that they're the only guys that I care about. I'm at the point now where I've kind of realized this is an addiction and I am facing up to it, where in the past it was like, no, it's just my job. You know, I have to be on there. To a point, that's true. But to a point it isn't, because posting on Instagram takes 20 seconds. Even if I post 3 times a day, which is the maximum that I do, like seriously, that should only be taking me 10, 20 minutes. At the moment, my screen time's way high. I'm checking it in moments that are just completely inappropriate and it's starting to pull away from my life. I'm sorting it at that point. I'm not letting this get out of hand. So the first step was for me to kind of realize and take it on the chin that this is an addiction, facing up to it and going, okay, this is something we need to fix now and sort. And it's quite relieving once you've said that and you say it out loud. It's like, okay, okay, didn't expect that, but I also know that I have something that I need to fix right now. Now, in the past, I've known that this is kind of an issue, just like being distracted by my phone. And the kind of things that I did to fix that was, number one, I bought a phone lockbox. So, and this still works fine, but it doesn't quite attack the deeper issue, which I'll talk about in a minute. But this just locks my phone up and I can't get to it for 3 hours or for however long I want by setting the timer. For morning work blocks, it makes me an animal. It makes me an animal. I put my sound cancelling headphones on, I have a coffee, an L-theanine, I put music on and I lock my phone away for 3 hours. They're the best 3 hours of my day. They are the best 3 hours of my day. Let that sink in. The hours when I can't reach anybody, nobody else is awake, and it's just me, the world, and my work, and me working on my mission, they're the best 3 hours of my day. Every day. Every day. They're the 3 hours of the day when I feel most aligned and least lost. And that tells me that I need to hunt more of those hours and less of the hours when I'm on my phone, right? But it doesn't attack the actual issue as to how and why I got addicted to social media or that validation in the first place, right? It only brings in a barrier. It's like someone saying, oh, you're addicted to eating chocolate, don't buy it anymore. Is that really going to fix the issue? Or is it just going to make it worse? And the next time you do see chocolate, you're way more likely to binge. Yes, exactly. It's the same thing. So this is a tool, but it's not the fix. Another one of those tools is I've made my phone as boring as fuck. I've turned off, and I did this after watching a guy called Hamza's videos on YouTube. He's an absolute, I really resonate with his content. He's a legend. I don't resonate with all of it, but I resonate with some bits of it about the self-improvement stuff. I don't really resonate with the getting girls stuff, simply because I'm a simp and I've had a girlfriend for 6 years, so it's not as relevant for me. But the things that he said about making his phone as boring as possible, turning off every notification, not even letting his phone rise to wake. So in other words, when you pick your phone up, it has a rise to wake function where it lights up. I don't want my phone to be able to pull my attention away from my task without my permission. So I've turned off every notification and it's boring as fuck. I would show you, but I'm recording on it. It's boring as fuck. So it doesn't turn on its own. Even if I get a WhatsApp, a Messenger, an Instagram, a Facebook, doesn't matter. It does not turn on. An email doesn't turn on. So I'm never prompted to go into my phone because of a notification. I go into my phone on my own accord. What this does is it just breaks the mindfulness gap just that little bit further and gives me an extra second to think, do I actually want to go in there? And it helps me kind of recognize that. So that's one tip that I'd recommend for everybody straight away. I'm sorry the camera has just changed position and I may look a little bit different. I've just had an hour-long therapy call with a counsellor that I've been working with for the last year now? Last year? But yeah, I'm just going to be completely honest and authentic with you guys, and I think that's something that I want to be able to say about every single one of my videos moving forwards. If you're watching this, you're seeing me. And if you meet me in person, I'm exactly the same person that you meet on these videos. That is at the forefront of my priority on every single one of these videos moving forwards. I know that's a bit of a tangent, but there you go. So I need to figure out why I got addicted to social media, to these likes, to this external validation in the first place. And I do quite a lot of thinking. I do quite a lot of thinking in my own head, like, you know, what kind of led to this happening? And after asking questions of myself, you know, what made me kind of crave this? What kind of made me check this? What was it serving me? And what was it soothing for me, right? Because whenever you develop kind of a habit like this, or you develop a mechanism like this, a cope like this, it's serving something. It's serving one of your insecurities. And I think for me, it's the insecurity that I needed other people to tell me how good I am. I didn't know it myself, right? I needed other people to provide that validation for me. I needed that validation. I was craving external validation. I didn't think of myself as enough to actually be content with knowing myself that I'm amazing, right? So it's a sign for me that my mental health needs work, as it always does for absolutely everyone, but it needs more, and it needs me to really hone in on that shit for a little bit, hone in on my meditation, hone in on my gratitude, and become the best version of myself that I can be, and remind myself of who my 2.0 version is and keep aiming towards him. So here's what I'm going to do. I have written up a 3-month plan to breaking my social media addiction. I've got the notes on here, by the way. I'm not just like looking away from the camera. But number one, the way that my head works is I formulate my ideas on a notes page like this. So I write everything down, I write the story, I write what's kind of led me to get to this point, but then I have to make it time related and I have to have it into a system. So what I do from there is I build spreadsheets. And I give myself time blocks. So by what week am I going to start doing this habit? By what week am I going to start doing this? So let me jump into this computer right now and run you through what I've built up. So now we're moving on to the actual plan that I've built up to kind of break this addiction down. So the process that I go through whenever I'm trying to accomplish anything in life actually is I literally do a brain fart onto my notes page as to everything that I'm going through and any thoughts I'm having. And then I formalize it into a spreadsheet that has time-related goals. It has certain measures that I need to hit by a certain point, you know, and it formalizes the whole plan. So as you can see, I've done here. But I've pretty much run you through everything on this left hand side, but the only thing, because I've realised that there's two ways of attacking this addiction. You've got the hard barriers, and then you've got addressing the deeper issue. As I mentioned, with the hard barriers, I'm going to do screen time work. I'm going to turn off notifications. I'm going to use my phone lockbox to make it boring. But the deeper issue, and doing the inner work, in other words, improving my mental health, I need to figure out why I got addicted to this in the first place. Increase mindfulness and self-awareness around it, because I know if I can keep like my 2.0 self in mind, so in other words, who I'm going to be next year and how cool he's going to be, if I can keep that in mind, then I won't be tempted to scroll and stuff because it's not in line with being him. So I just need to increase my mindfulness and my awareness as well of what I'm doing just a little bit more. I won't be tempted to doom scroll. And also the method that I just mentioned, so thinking about where I'm going to be in 5 years' time and then asking, is that habit aligned with him? That is how I broke, not a full-on porn addiction, but like it's how I broke a bit of a porn addiction like 8 months ago. So last year I was living with 5 student boys, and I can't tell you, their cocks must have been so sore. Because it's like all they did, like 2-3 times a day, they'd just jack off. Got to the point where they would talk to me and they'd say, oh yeah, no, every time before I go to sleep, I have to bust a nut. I was like, what? They were like, yeah, I have to do it, otherwise I can't really get to sleep anymore. Sometimes I do it just before I revise for the mental clarity. What? At that point, it is like an addiction. It's another form of a dopamine addiction, because they're hunting that relaxation. They're hunting that just moment of relief and then going back like to the rest of their lives. And I wasn't falling into it, but I was just falling into the spot where I was craving that relaxation as well. I'd come in from a hard day at uni and I'd be like, oh, just need to chill. And I was just craving that quick hit of relaxation. The way that I broke this habit was simply asking, right, Ollie, picture yourself in 5 years' time, okay? Hugely successful entrepreneur, running a fucking empire. Like, my physique is the best that it's ever been. My relationships are incredible. Let me ask you, does that guy who is fucking put together, running this big business, he's super, like, he looks awesome, like, all of these things, does he sneak off every 2 hours to go and jack off in the toilet? No, he doesn't. I'm not saying that's what I did, but, like, you get the point. Does he rely on that little bit of relaxation? Does he get in from work and jack off? No. Does he watch porn? No, he doesn't. And as soon as I kind of got that in my head and I was like, fucking hell, this is not a habit that's anywhere in line with me, where I'm going, who I am, I lost interest in it. Like, honestly, I lost interest in it. So increasing self-awareness is my main priority. And in time, I want to get up to meditating twice a day, which I'll talk about. But I always lose focus in the evening. So this is when I find it hardest. In the evening is where I'm least focused, I've got the least willpower, and this is where I find myself most likely to fall into a scrolling episode or just chilling on my phone, not really doing anything, right? So that's why I want to go up to meditating twice per day. At the moment, I'm averaging around every morning, 5 days out of the week, maybe. But if I can bring in an evening meditation as well, then I can keep that focus almost throughout the day and keep that self-awareness throughout the day. And that, I reckon, will help me completely shift this habit. Gratitude journaling every morning. 3 things I'm grateful for. I want to write down how I'm currently feeling and 1 gratitude message to one of my loved ones. But this is one of the main testimonies, because once I've done that gratitude, right, and I send that message on my phone, that is the moment where I feel like I've done my jobs for the day. I've done all my jobs, and then I'm on my phone, and that's where I usually slip into a scroll for about 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and then I get back up about my day, and I'm just like, why the fuck have I done that? It's literally how this video started when I was frustrated at myself. It's literally how this video started. And so yeah, I need to be super aware of that. Now, that was like my brain fart onto the notes page, and then I formalized it in a spreadsheet. This spreadsheet, by the way, I've attached it to the one that I'm using for my bulking series as well. Both of these series are running at the same time. One of them is me showing you how I'm building up my chicken legs into tree trunks. I also need to adjust this starting weight because I weighed in lower this morning, 79.6 kilos. How light is that? Anyway, the left-hand side of this is all about the bulking data. Some of the top questions here are about this side, my self-improvement series, and these goals here are about my self-improvement series. So let me zoom in here. So, week 1 goals. Where do I want to be by this point? So, week 1, I'm starting on the 26th of August, by the way. Screen time password to Evie. So I only want to give myself 80 minutes on Instagram daily. Every notification off on my phone doesn't wake up when I hit it. I have to consciously choose to go in there every single time. Phone lockbox for any deep work blocks. So I literally put my phone in a lockbox and it's in there for, I'm actually going to make that a set time. Let's say 2 hours every morning. So every morning my phone goes in that box. Get solid on the habit of meditating once per day. So I want a concrete once per day before I try and move up to 1.5 or 2 times. When I say 1.5, I mean like 5 times every 2 days, if that makes sense. Or no, actually 3 times every 2 days. Anyway, write down 3 things I'm grateful for every morning. Send 1 gratitude message to a loved one. So when I say gratitude message, what I mean here is if I can honestly, if anything comes to mind that's authentic to me where I'm grateful for something, somebody or something that somebody has done, I send that message. Instead of sitting on it, pondering it, wondering whether it's worth doing or not, I just send the message. And I'm going to talk about this in later episodes, but this fucking changed my life completely and my relationships, my closest relationships. So I would highly recommend, if you're somebody that your relationships don't really feel that strong, you don't really feel that close to people, holy fuck, this is a game changer. Because I'm going to go into this in a later episode, but there's one story in my life where me and my dad were arguing quite a lot, right? It was in the lockdowns. It was just me and my dad in the house. My parents had recently split up and my dad was in the house and obviously going through a really tough time. And we were arguing a lot about silly little things. Every single night we were shouting at each other, just being like, oh God, why are you... And we were just in each other's space, right? One night we were in a shouting match and I was walking up the stairs and I just stood there for about 5 minutes fighting with my head because my head was saying, oh, just go upstairs. He's been a twat. Just go upstairs. And then a second part of my head was just going, just drop all the anger, turn around, say you're grateful and say that you love him. And I was like, no, why the fuck would I do that? I'm in an argument with him. Why would I do that right now? What's the point in that? And I fought myself and I really forced myself to just turn around and go, Dad, I'm so grateful that you've looked after me, this and this and everything you've done. And I love you. And that's all that matters. And fuck me, from that moment onwards, our relationship is the best that it's ever been. Just from that one decision, that one moment. And I've now tried to replicate this in all of my other relationships. I send gratitude messages to my sister. I send gratitude messages to my mum. I send them to my friends. I send them to family members. And it's improving every single one of my relationships. Because when I say gratitude message, I mean in the morning I jump onto WhatsApp and send 1 message to a loved one that I feel like I can show genuine appreciation for. And when those people then see you in real life later in that day or later in that month, they just go and they give you a genuine, honest smile because they remember that message and how it made them feel. And I know this sounds bad, but it's a selfish practice. I'm doing this to obviously let them know that I'm so grateful about this thing about them, but also because it reflects so well on you. It helps build your relationships. It puts you in a state of gratitude, puts me in a state of, I'm so grateful to be alive. I'm so grateful for everything. And it changes the course of your day. I genuinely mean that. And I'm going to talk about this more in later episodes, but it's fucking unreal, the power of that. And then start sitting in boredom without needing constant stimulation. So when you're sat on a train or something and everyone else that's in the awkward silence pulls their phone out and starts scrolling like, fuck me, I don't want to look at anybody. I want to practice, and I'm quoting one of Hamza's videos here, I want to practice being the woke individual that doesn't need the constant stimulation in public. So I don't want to be the fucking toddler that gets past the iPad and told, oh yeah, just scroll on that and smash buttons until your head's fried. Because that's pretty much what's happening to humans right now. Whenever we get the smallest inkling of awkwardness, social awkwardness, just that little bit of oh God, I'm a bit bored, we reach straight for our phones. Even if we're on our own and we're a little bit bored, the first thing we do is reach straight for our phones. If you learn to just not do that straight away and put that off and start sitting in boredom without needing constant stimulation in public or in private, then it will help you break this neediness because at the moment, what we're associating is feeling awkward or getting nervous or feeling a negative emotion of fucking hell, everyone else is looking at me because I'm not pulling my phone out. I need to pull my phone out. It's social awkwardness, and we're soothing that by scrolling. And so the scrolling is a soothing habit for this feeling. Instead, I just want to observe this feeling and go, okay, sound. And I want to be able to sit in boredom on my own with my head going, oh, pull your phone out, you're bored, fuck me, oh, getting a bit awkward now, oh, Ollie, do something, man. And just sit there and go, nah, I'm good. and not need that constant stimulation. So that's goals by week 1 and just starting to practice those things. Week 2, screen time goes down to 60 minutes. Phone doesn't come to any social events with my family, friends, and strict work boundaries. So in other words, my phone gets turned off after 7 p.m. and not looked at so that I can enjoy tea with my family and with Evie and really spend quality time with them. Phone lockbox. So here, I want to get 3 hours of deep work time every morning. Holy shit, my business would jump forwards leaps and bounds if I could do 3 hours every morning. Get solid on the habit of meditating once to twice per day. Send 3 gratitude messages every morning with no resistance. So in other words, no like in my head going, oh, that's awkward, don't do that. Oh, that's cringe, don't fucking do that. It's just do it. Show the appreciation. And be at peace sitting in public, not with phone, and having deeper conversations with people. So that's week 6 goals. So by week 6, I want to get to that point. And by the way, each week, I'm going to be asking myself these questions and documenting them to you guys on these videos. Screen time average, I have to come clean and just put that in there. Meditations completed, I have to come clean, put that in there. Gratitude message sessions completed, I have to come clean and put it in there. And you will see every single week me tracking this. I'm also going to fill this out. Did you take responsibility this week or did you pass the blame and make excuses? And every week I'll show you this spreadsheet of me working through it and also show you my bulking data and how things are coming along on that side of things as well. So by week 12, which is the end of the experiment, I want to send my screen time password to Evie. Only 45 minutes I want to have on Instagram daily. Literally 45 minutes. I don't need more than that. Not reaching for my phone anymore, no signs of addiction, and automated as much as possible to keep me away from dopamine. So in other words, when I say automated, I mean have automatic messages on my Instagram account. So when people message me, it gets sent an auto reply rather than me actually having to be in there messaging people. But not just that. Things like my stories, I want to plan them out beforehand on a notes page so that I know exactly what I'm posting when I actually go into Instagram instead of figuring it out when I get in there, because that's where you fall into the scroll. Phone lockbox, not really needed anymore. So I've actually been able to pull it back out and only used on days when I notice I'm feeling really less mindful. So I want to almost use it at the start to help break the habit, but in time actually not have to use it at all and just not be interested by my phone and only consciously go in there when I need to. Get solid on the habit of meditating twice per day, so once in the morning, once at night, and practice expressing gratitude in person to people. So having deeper conversations with people and actually talking about it with them in the moment. That is the journey that I'm going on self-improvement wise. If you want to keep up with these episodes when I drop them every single week and run you through my weekly reflection, screen time average, and all of these things, and talking about how meditation's been going, the things that I'm noticing, if it's getting better or if it's going worse, or if I've fucked up, and I'll be completely honest, I'll make a video and go, guys, I'm sorry I fucked up. Like, I missed these sessions, I missed this. But in time, I will break this addiction, and the self-improvement that I will get from doing this journey will make me so much of a better guy. So if you want to keep up to date with these episodes and the bulking series episodes, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, right? Make sure you subscribe to it, because then you get an email every time that I post a video, and they're going to be good. And finally, I just want to say thank you for watching to the end of a video this long. I know how long this is, and I know that this isn't your usual social media 1 minute long video, but from watching these videos, I feel like I'm going to get to know you a lot more. You're going to get to know me a fuck of a lot more, and we're actually going to be able to cover deeper topics together that actually make a difference and can actually help you and me out, rather than a 1 minute video that you're scrolling while wiping like your butt and your fingers slip through the paper and it's all gone fucking tits up. Like, it's not one of those 1 minute long dopamine sucking videos that has you drooling, like not even focusing on it. It's a deeper video covering deeper topics. It's not as interesting. It's more boring. It's harder to watch. But if you've made it this far, like, I'm seriously grateful. And it's a sign that, number one, you are also the kind of guy that I want to meet and I want to work with. So this is the whole reason why I'm making these videos and why I'm making them more authentic to me as well. So thank you for watching along. And I will catch you on the 2 episodes that are dropping next week. Later on this week is my 0th episode of the bulking series, where I run you through what that series is, why I'm doing it, and also the goals and the data that I'm going to be tracking on that side and documenting for you every week as well. So make sure you've got notifications on so that when that video drops, you're one of the first to see it. But yeah, I'll catch you on there. See you in a bit.